So welcome to this video. My name is Alex, and this video is a message to anyone who's watching who has found themselves getting tangled up in the dark side of life, tangled up in dark practices, dark spirituality, what would you say, impure practices, things which you know kind of bring a sense of darkness into your soul. And there is a dark underbelly to our society which is kept hidden, but it's there, and people get sucked into it, people get involved in it without even realizing it. And especially young people, young women are very much kind of pulled into it without realizing what it is, because they are often the ones who are exploited and abused. So if you find yourself in a spiritually dark place, if you find yourself involved in this kind of dark scene which exists, and you're experiencing the darkness inside, you're feeling hopeless or pessimistic or in despair, then this is a message to you to say that people do get themselves out of these scenes. There are many, many people who have gotten themselves, many women especially, who've got themselves involved, or found themselves involved in the darker side of our society, who have found their way out, who have escaped the darkness, who have found the light, who've been healed of their trauma, because a lot of trauma occurs in this kind of darker realm, this darker underbelly of our society. People get traumatized because they get abused. So there are many women who find healing and find a way out of this. So I just wanted to tell you that, because I know what's going on in the world, and I know that many people feel like they haven't got a voice, and that no one's hearing them, no one's listening to them, and no one's even aware of them. But I am aware of what's going on, and there are other people who are aware of what's going on and how people are being abused and exploited. So just know that you're not alone, and that there are people trying to do things and bring attention to the plight of those kind of forgotten voices. And my final message in this video is that it's essential to call Jesus into your heart, because Jesus is very real, and you can only escape the darkness when you can only escape the deepest darkness when you have the brightest light to kind of extinguish the darkness. And that's what Jesus is. Jesus is the brightest light, the brightest spiritual light in this universe, and he is very real, and he will come into your heart if you call upon him, and he will help you escape the darkness. Because I've heard many stories from many other women who have done this exact thing, and you can actually watch them on my YouTube channel. If you go to my playlists, you'll see a playlist called Women who have escaped satanic abuse, or something like that. SRA survivors, I think it is. You'll see that playlist, and if you watch the videos there, you'll see that there's many women who have been involved in some very dark and horrible things, found themselves being victimized in some very horrific situations, and that they have found their way out. They found healing, and they healed themselves from the trauma and the suffering with Jesus. So just know that that's a very important thing you can do to bring yourself hope, to give you hope, to give you some kind of sense that you are moving out of the darkness and back into the light. And that's what Jesus will do. He will reach out and grab your hand and pull you out of the darkness and bring you back into the light.